It is my pleasure to present Barbee. Barbee has been with this group since, believe it or not, March 2010. So I think that Dan might be the only one that might have a couple of months on it.
Steve Zippo. No. Steve
she
has
was
to
a
give him
little
a
before
copy.
Steve.
What's that?
I think she was a little before Steve.
Yeah. She
It was
was
Steve or Steve.
Yeah. So, take it away, and I'm sure you're going to thrill us.
Well, in my industry, the best way to show you what I do is with pictures. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. And this year, we had some wonderful projects that we worked on, and we're looking forward to 2017 and some more wonderful projects. As you notice, I did pass out a Boulder Home and Garden magazine. We were supposed to be on the front cover, but it did not come out before Christmas. It came out the week after. The house that I worked on is the Centeno residence. This home is an historic property from the 1800s. I was hired in 2005 to shop around with them to find the perfect home for them. And they found this home. They would not buy until I came and looked at each house that they looked at. And we decided that this was the best property for this family. And it is on page, I think, 42 is the beginning of the story. I think it goes on for about 8 pages. And this house has a lot of historic value. This is the home, the detention homes was started with. And a year and a half ago redecorated the house. And then it was photographed a year ago Christmas for it to be in this issue. So this is what I've been working on this year. And this year, I'm going to stand next to it because this isn't working. This year I worked on the Centeno Schulz Medical Clinic. The Centeno Schulz Clinic is a stem cell specialty, pain specialty clinic where I actually am a patient. And the process was, we did an overview of design, give them a picture of what the outcome would be, the architectural drawings that show they expanded and added a third again more space to the clinic, and we opened it all up and did all the finishes, the decor, the seating, lighting, bathrooms. So this is that beginning of that process. We present the client with this, and then we go to make it happen, make their dream a reality. This is the before pictures on the top. It was dark and dreary. It wasn't peaceful when you went in there. As the customer or clients, the patients come in there now, the comments they say is, when I was here a year ago, it didn't look like this. Now it's so peaceful in here. The people going into this clinic are people in extreme pain. And so to have a peaceful environment for them is really what they needed. And we did create that. We used products, this product here that is between the petitions and also in the doors over there is a green product made from the waste of water bottles. The flooring is a waste product. It's in the lobby. And we used all green paints in there. They're all no-VOC.
It's made from water bottles, Barbie, instead.
The water bottles, they melt down the waste from those when they're being made in Coke bottles and plastic bottles, and they make a product called 3-point out of it, and that's what we used in the petitions right here between the checkouts, the sliding privacy doors in the blood draw area,
It's a pen.
and it's a pretty neat product.
Lots of cool stuff. 3-point is really cool.
And then this is a project that we started not quite a year ago, and this is one of my neighbors. I really didn't know them very well. She had been away for 7 years, being the president of Woods Hole Oceanographic Institute in Cape Cod, and they rented their house, and they called me when they came back and said, would you please help us make it our house now that we're coming back home? And so I walked in there, and there was no architect on the job. Went in and said, change these windows. I added a deck off the master suite. This home never had views. This home now has flat iron views out of the shower. It has flat iron views out of the kitchen. It has flat iron views out of the living room. It never had the, and out of the master bedroom. It never had those. And it was all because of where the windows were placed. I walked in and changed all the windows in the house and rearranged where they went so they could get the maximum view out of their space. And so this is their new living room fireplace. That's what it did look like. The kitchen did not have views out of it because where those pantries are, now they have a view. He stands there at the cooktop and looks out at the views of the mountains. And we took it, they wanted contemporary, and it was a very kind of hodgepodge of old cedar, ugly, fake stone. And I found this stone in Brighton that was $7.95 a foot. It's on the outside of this house. And these guys cut it down, made it beautiful, and that's their new home. And this is before bathroom, after bathroom. We took out walls in the powder room and in the hall bath and opened up the bathrooms, made them feel much larger, and all we did is cut down a wall. And you can see the difference. It's just from a dark to a light, airy, inviting space. This is a client has a condo on Pearl Street. I wish I'd been the one that got the deal on this. They bought this in foreclosure, and it's a very large condo. And she calls me from finding me on the internet. They're British, and she said, I really want color. It was all white and boring, no life in the house. And so this ottoman from a thrift store is now her new ottoman there. The chairs are both Barcelona chairs. We got new sofa, new Houpe dining room furniture, hardened bedroom furniture, and a Houpe entertainment center with a stressless sofa. The piece right here, the shelving unit, the bottom of it, she says to me, would you please get this out of my house? We do not want it. Then she takes me into her husband's office and says, my husband needs storage. And his office was done with that pipe product, the pipe desk unit, new kind of industrial look. And so I looked at that piece and I said, Karen, I really think you need to refurbish that and add shelves and add pipe sections. And I told her how to do it. I said, go to McGuckin's, get the 1-foot pipe things. They've got the connectors. I said, get a piece of chain and beat up the wood and get some stain and make yourself some shelves. The top part of that cost $99 and was the best thing she said she's ever done for her marriage. And she comes in with her bottle of wine and says, please do not tell my husband that I did not have this idea. I told him it is my idea and this is your husband. Because she was like, this was so much fun. They had not had so much fun and ever made a craft project together. And that's what it turned out to. So that was pretty cool. I've never had a client hush me up before like that.
That can't be true.
A few of them have hushed me up for don't show the bill to my husband. This is a home, I've worked with these clients for, started working with them, they have a 21-year-old son now, and I started working with them when he was 9 months old on their first home down in South Denver. And then they moved here and I did their home in Lafayette 18 years ago, and now I just did a remodel on the master bath and the kitchen. And in the kitchen, it was closed in, we totally opened it up. That's the stone they chose. The master bath, we opened that up. You can see on the top picture where the long piece of glass area is. Next to that, we opened it up with glass to the outside. They live on open space. They have nobody out there. Have views out of your shower. And so we had glass block before, is now clear glass. We opened up the door where the door is more open. That ceiling right here is all open here now. They had that little bit of space to let steam and moisture out of that shower. The inside of that shower was disgusting when we started. And so opening it up allowed the circulation of air in that shower. This tub area right here, that tub is set in cement. And it's really big, and it was going to cost a fortune to take it out and put it in. We tiled over the old tile. Saved them a lot of money. And It turned out beautiful, and they're very happy. And the cabinets are original cabinets that I put in. We just updated them, and then put new countertops, new backsplash, and just upgraded the entire space. Okay, so I've been doing this for going on 29 years. And I, every day, find a new challenge with new people. If I do not create the dreams of my clients, I don't do my job. People ask me, what's your style? If I put my style in your home, I did not do my job. My job is to put your style in your home, to make you comfortable in your home or in your office. Question. Oh, by the way, please go on and review us on Yelp. We need Yelp testimonials. So please do that.
Send us the link. Send us the link.
Send us the link.
Oh, send the link to Yelp?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have Jess do that. Everyone knows my skills. This bottom here is a house that we did in Wonderland Hill. It was a kitchen. It was one of those dreary Formica cabinets, and we turned it to a charming marble and blue country French kind of feel. So, any questions?
Well, for those of you who've been to Barbee's house, that's an testament to a fantastic work she does.
And my house is under construction right now.
Are you doing the kitchen?
The kitchen is under construction. We ripped it out 2 weeks ago. And there's, we're eating out of the microwave in the basement.
What are you changing?
What am I changing? Well, the shape of the kitchen is changing. The more storage. We don't have adequate storage. For you all that have been in my kitchen, it may feel like it's big, but it's actually very tiny. It only had a few upper cabinets. It's not going to have any more upper cabinets, but it's going to have a bigger island for storage. And it's going to have a closet. It's going to have a better pantry situation. It's going to have more countertop to work with. Because right now, I mean, there's not, Dan's cooked in my kitchen, he knows.
I was just thinking like how tough it's gonna be now, not knowing where anything is. When I come over to your house, I have to learn it all over again.
It'll be fun.
It'll be fun.
It will be fun. And I'm really excited about doing it. My vendors have been very gracious and willing to work with me on pricing for my own home. And like, I'm really excited. Jen Air has decided to give me a refrigerator for half price.
Nice.
Whoa.
That's
They
great.
do the trade. A lot of the vendors do that for us because we don't get markups on those types of things. So.
So how long will it take you to finish your kitchen?
My kitchen, we tore it out 2 weeks ago, and it will be back functional within 6 weeks. Won't be complete because there's a few things I haven't even picked out yet. Like I haven't even picked my own backsplash. I'm doing all the things wrong.
So do you
But-
figure 2 months typically? 8 weeks is how long the kitchen takes?
Yes, the cabinetry is the thing that takes the longest, and my cabinets are all being custom built. So we couldn't even, until the walls came down, because my house has very bizarre angles. And so we couldn't, until the walls came down, even measure exactly the way the cabinets go. But the bases will be in and the countertops in within a 6-week period.
So how long do you think it would take if you did all your measurements, had your cabinets on order and ready to go, basically when they were going to gut your kitchen?
If you had all that ready to go,
Yeah.
4 weeks max. You know, because it takes a week usually to install cabinets, depending on your crew. And then you template the counters, and it depends. See, I have a great relationship with my stone fabricator. I've been working with them exclusively, the same company for years. I get a week turnaround to 2 week turnaround max on stone. Some people that, you know, a homeowner calls up, you might be put like a month out to get your stone. A week turnaround is what we usually do. And that makes a huge difference in making the customer happy. When you don't have your kitchen, it's a little difficult. It's hard to wash your dishes in the sink, in the bathroom, or in the bathtub. I have some clients that will use the bathtub. Jim?
Barbie, in terms of countertops, do you have alternative recommendations such as nickel or, you know, something that's serviceable and other than granite?
Well, it's very interesting because the whole man-made quartz products that are coming out, they're finding are not doing what they promised.
Oh,
And people are saying, go back to granite for the durability. Natural wood, if you're not, if you want to maintain it, you can do some really nice hardwood countertops. Mahogany's a good one, but you have to maintain, it takes a lot of maintenance. Marble is being used more and more because they're, doing more penetrating, and I'm putting marble in my kitchen, more penetrating sealers. But the man-made products are not performing to what people were expecting them to perform to. And that's actually been very disappointing because they said, oh, you can't kill them, they'll have lifespan. And there's a couple of them that do have that kind of a warranty, but most of them don't. You put a hot pot on it and it doesn't hold up. Whereas granite, you put a hot, you should, they say don't put a hot pot, but you can't put a rock.
what about metals like copper or nickel or?
Stainless is the one that is the most durable. I have just installed a copper, big, huge bar that was custom made in Denver, and we did, very green lines in it. It was really beautiful. That countertop, I personally wouldn't use it on a wet area, and we did not. We put it at the bar where people are going to be sitting overlooking the kitchen where it's a raised bar. And, the stainless is still your best for durability for a metal countertop.
Okay, thanks.
Yes.
So with the top coating they're putting on marble now, it won't stain, and is
Oh, it
marble
don't.
as hard?
It'll stain. It
Okay.
will stain. It
Okay.
will, but they do things that don't make it penetrate as deep into the stone with the surface. But I mean, you do have to put a finish on it, every now and then, just to protect it
Okay.
and reseal it.
And is it as hard, it's not as hard as granite?
No,
right?
it is not as hard as granite.
Okay.
Granite is the hardest and most durable kitchen counter surface you can put in. And, but it does, you have to be careful. You use a lemon juice on it, will take the finish off, and then it'll stain. You leave certain things out, and citric things are the two worst things for granite.
Mhm.
You mean marble?
Well, granite, marble, all of it,
Really?
any of the natural stones. If you leave a bottle of olive oil on the countertop, it'll penetrate down in. You leave a lemon that you've cut, it will take the finish off. So they recommend that you use a cutting board, you don't leave citrus, and you don't leave oils on the countertops. Those are the two worst. A little red wine's not so good either.
One of back when I redid my kitchen, they were using a stone washed granite or a stone texture, basically kind of like a very textured granite.
A leather
acid.
finish?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Is that still available, or
Yes,
is that
leather
harder
fin-
to get?
It's not harder to get, it costs a little bit more, the stone is more expensive, but it has an additional finish on it, either a honed or a honed finish is more expensive, and so is a leather finish, because it's another process they have to do when it comes out of the earth. But it is a great look, and it
Yes,
feels real good.
it's incredible, and it hides a lot of stuff.
Yes, it does, and that's, I think, the biggest thing is, people that are not real careful on their countertops, hiding things. It's tough to hide it.
Okay, well, thank you, Barbie.